The limits of our endurance. If you still want for work, Alize has a suggestion. I'll tell you to rest and leave the rest to the others. But seeing as that isn't in your nature... Lise returned but a moment ago, looking a bit worried. It would seem that trouble is afoot in Namai. You may as well go and ask her about it. As for me, I will not impose upon you any further. Yeah, I gotta say, there's something about being told that, like, okay, we're gonna be attacking Doma Castle. Like, okay, we're, you know, preparing now. That makes the subsequent quests that are not attacking Doma Castle feel kind of like they're getting in the way. It's like, okay, come on. Like, you told me we're going to attack Doma Castle. Like, when are we going to do this? I mean, obviously, so far, like, we're getting... At least this last quest, we're starting to get some context into Yotsuyu. I guess they want to set up some of that story before the events of Doma Castle. You know, with, obviously, her and Gosetsu, you know, going down with the castle. You know, so maybe you start to feel a little bit bad for her or whatever. I don't know. We barely got enough armor as it is. Huh. Oh, you're here to help? That's a relief. I've been trying to help the villagers in Namai get ready for the operation, but we've run into a few problems. You remember how we're supposed to stir up trouble as a diversion, right? Well, the thing is, we don't have enough armor to go around. I thought the Doman Liberation Front would be able to furnish us with some, but it seems that's not the case. I was about to go and tell Issei. Why don't you come too? Hell with it. I'm just gonna... I was like, it's not that far just to go through the door, swim, and then fly over, but... We'll have to come up with a solution somehow. Oh, you're here too. I heard about those soldiers you and Alice encountered. I'm glad you're all right. Right then. Issei, we have gathered up all the rope we could find in the village. And every tool with an edge, but it is still not enough. Even a hoe would suffice, but there are no more to spare. Thank you, Chigusa. Ryo-sen could use a hand if there is nothing else. As for more tools, I may have some in my home. Go and search it. Take whatever meets your needs. I made enough rice balls for everyone, including some special ones for Lady Yugiri. Can I go and give them to her? You silly little girl, of course you can. Hurry. You never know when she'll have to leave on a secret mission. Is she actually going by way of the underwater route? That seems a bit hazardous for those rice balls. Sorry about that. Everyone's been trying to contribute since Lord Heian returned. There's so much to worry about. Unless, of course, Yugiri is actually... like, not in the House of the Fierce, but somewhere closer. You're doing well, you say, though I have to ask, have you had any luck finding more armor? Unfortunately, no. Unlike weapons, there are no substitutes for proper protection. It's not as though we need full suits of Imperial plate. We're not soldiers. If we attack without any equipment, we'll be slaughtered. The Doman Liberation Front doesn't have any armor to spare. I suppose we could ask Hancock, but there's no telling how long it would take for him to send us supplies. Do you have an armorer in the village, or anyone with some skill to fashion armor? Okay, this sounds familiar. I think there is a dude. There is one man, a craftsman who fled the Enclave. He is experienced and may be able to help. I don't know if I can persuade him to, though, but maybe you two could come with me. His name is Suranuki, and he lives in Kusakari in the south. Come with me. Yeah, I think it may have been better for pacing's sake if they had waited to give the plan until right before going in. Because to me, getting that plan, like, got me all ramped up and ready to go into Doma Castle. And now it's like, no, now we're going to have you do, you know, at least like half a dozen, you know, quests kind of around the area preparing or whatever. I mean, it makes sense to get the plan beforehand so you can know what to prepare for. But again, I think just that cutscene got me ramped up and ready to go. And then it's like, okay, and now wait. Which again is very military. Hurry up and wait. There's something odd about this man. This is Suranuki. Blah. Who are these starry-eyed youths who stand before me? Ones who sing of rebellion, of liberation? Ha ha ha. Surely they would not think to trouble me with such foolish dreams. Oh, go and say what you will, but do not take offense if I die from laughter. Blah ha 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 ha. All right. Broken steel, broken men. Suranuki has seen your kind before. Say again. You would have me fashion armor for villagers who wish to fight Imperial regulars? Wahahaha! Mad fools charging boldly to meet their deaths. Bring me steel, and I shall give them shells to shield their soft bellies. Yes, yes, plates of steel, all that you can carry. The better to shield them from blade and bullet. If only it were so simple, Master Suranuki. Steel plates are not so easily procured. Blind, deaf, and dumb you are, boy. We are awash in broken steel. Magitech great cylinders come crashing to the earth from on high. Shatter them to bits with my explosives. They will not fail you, for I made them to kill Imperials. Ha ha! Bring me my steel, and you will have your armor. Well, it's not like we know any other armorers who can help. At least we get to blow things up. Of course, the Imperials have explosives too, and there's no armor which can protect you from that. Wahahaha! All right. Suranuki is not the sanest of men, but you can be reasonably confident that his bombs will not explode in your hand. That's reassuring. Abandoned Magitech. Oh God, come on. Do these really need a cast bar that long? Oh God. Okay, and then this one is faster. And faster still. I don't... Okay. I don't... It's just I've already kind of commented on, you know, my desire to get onto Doma Castle, you know, and for it to be like this type of stuff. It's like, come on, man. This is unnecessary. I don't even, from a game design standpoint, why? Why the cast bar? Just interact and pick it up. And then why they're varied is another thing. I don't... Ugh. Just like not in the mood right now. You get me all hyped up, and then it's like, okay, now let's slow it down for a bit. And then you have, you know, object interactions like that where it's like, let's really slow it down for a bit. I've got my portion. We're lucky no patrols overheard the explosions. Eh? Eh? You have the many plates of steel I demanded. Show me. Armor plating. Scavenged from broken Magitech wrecks. This metal could be repurposed as armor for villagers. Bwahahaha! Then you are committed to your cause? Dressing villagers as soldiers and marching off to war. Stupid, stupid fools. Doma is dead, and so are her people. Lord Cayenne, Lord Hien, all dead. Their blood is on our hands. Okay, Lord Hien isn't dead. 'Twas Lord Cayenne who saved us, who spared us the worst when the Garleans came. Every shred of pride and honor he cast aside, without a second thought. All to win their trust, all to serve as their puppet. Restored to his throne years later, a paper tiger. Okay, so this is talking about Cayenne essentially, like, really giving up any power he had just to, like, stay, again, like, in power, really in name only. Such shame he must have felt, but no matter. He would suffer it for his people. A life as slaves is better than none at all, he believed. But not us. After my lady died, we began to whisper in his ears dreams of freedom and liberation. We pushed him to take action, if only a little. "10 years of preparation, of machinations. You know, I always thought it was machinations, but then in this game they pronounce it machinations. So careful we would be, and yet, Doma burned for our foolishness. Not for that of Lord Cayenne, Monzen, the Enclave. They were raised for our sins. We murdered them all. Don't you see? We murdered them all. You're wrong, Master. We are still here. We are still alive. Lord Cayenne, too, lives on, in our hearts, and in his son, for Lord Hien has returned." Lord Hien? Alive? It cannot be. You lie. You lie! It's the truth. Hien came back to Doma to help her, to help her fight for freedom. Could it be? My Lord Hien yet lives. Oh. Bands of Bands of steel to bind the chest and belly. Yes, yes. I must heat the forge and begin work at once. 10? 100? How many do you need? All that and more you shall have. See, like the quests themselves, like the story that's told within them in the dialogue, I don't mind so much, but it's the... I don't know, because I feel like there have been other quests like this in previous expansions, but there's just... Maybe it's just it's starting to wear on me after so many expansions, or there's just something different about these that... Or maybe it's just I'm just in a pissy mood today. I don't know what it is. But again, like the story that's in it, and it's like, oh, you know, we find somebody who was dejected by the last rebellion and has lost the will to fight. And then finding that he and his back is, you know, spark that flame again. Like, that's good. I like that story, but there's just something... I don't know if it's, again, how they organize the quests, how they put that plan cutscene before all of this, and that got me like, cool, like, are we actually going to, you know, hit up Doma Castle now? Right on. And then it's like, no, you're going to do like a whole sequence of quests before then. I don't know what it is, but anyway, let's continue. All the armor I can provide you will have. I will labor until I can no longer lift my hammer. I didn't think we'd have another chance so soon, but here we are. We're going to beat them this time. We have to. Yeah, I mean, because again, this is kind of a nice story of these, like we think that we're like a ragtag group that's just may not really even have a hope, but maybe, and there's been like a sequence of, oh no, it turns out we've got this, and oh no, it turns out we've got these people, and you know, stuff like that, that it's starting to build up kind of confidence that we've got a chance. Okay, the Doma within. Lise is more determined than ever to play her part. Even after 25 years of oppression, they still have it in them to stand up and fight. We just have to show them the way forward. Isa and I will stay and help Suranuki finish the armor, so you've no need to wait around. Why not go back to the House of the Fierce? I'm sure there's plenty of work left to be done. Ask about and see what you can find. Yeah, I don't know what it is. There's just something... Because from a story standpoint, all this stuff makes sense. You know, that it would happen as it's happening. This may be, I've mentioned it before, but this may just be one of those circumstances where, oh, okay, fine. Where having played this before may be a detriment. Where, like, if this is your first time through it, you're like, okay, cool. But having played through it before, I know what's to come. And I think I'm just excited to get to Doma Castle and to get to everything that happens thereafter. That this stuff... you know, just almost feels like more like something in the way of that, as opposed to, like, I don't know what's coming up. I don't know what the attack on Doma Castle is going to be like. I don't know what story is going to come after that. And so this stuff is just like, yeah, it makes sense. We're doing some preparations beforehand. Or me, it's just I'm excited to get to what's next. And again, it's not to say that I'm not enjoying the story and everything that's happening. I'm appreciating you know, these story points and this building of kind of, you know, building up the army and the effectiveness of it, and or the rebellion, and you know, and feeling more confident that you know, we're going to be able to get it done. Everything is in order, miss. Under Lord Gosetsu's sage tutelage, we grow stronger by the day. He still has the same thing. He's tutoring other people, but he just keeps telling me the same thing. Help? Oh, no, no, no. I will not impose upon you without cause. Rest assured that everything is in its place, and every place is in... everything is fine. I require no assistance, comrade. Lord Hien's instructions to me were quite clear. I need only transcribe them for the benefit of our Zayla allies. Speaking of Lord Hien, if you are eager to be of service, mayhap you could seek him out. Keep an eye on him, perchance. Should he decide to venture outside? Let me guess. Someone asked you to act as my protector. Ha! To hear them mutter, one would think I intended to stride out to the castle gates on my own. The truth, of course, is rather less dramatic. I had hoped to look on the castle one last time before the battle. Would you care to join me? You would be setting a lot of fretful minds at rest. Very good. Then let us depart for Monzen at once. So isn't that exactly what we're doing? Like, he just said, like, to look on the gates of Doma Castle, and that's exactly what we're doing. Monzen was home to many great and powerful families, men of honor, samurai, once. Great swaths were razed and people put to the sword. What little remains stands as a testament to what was, and what will never be again. Come, I would take a closer look. Yeah, it looks like we're just making our way to the gates. I mean, the bridge is broken, so, but... No sentries, at least of the living sort. Those shambling suits of armor have the run of the place. To think this was once a bustling street, so full of life. A river of people, with a current all its own. But even then the Imperials walked among us, sometimes openly, sometimes discreetly, but we were always aware of their presence, and we were complicit. He did what he had to do to preserve the peace, to keep our people safe, but at what cost? Forgive me, this is neither the time nor the place for such dark musings, though they did serve to remind me of the barracks which once stood to the west of here, where there may yet be weapons our comrades could use. If you head down that street and past those makeshift barricades, you will come to the ruins. I will search elsewhere. Meet me at the water's edge when you have finished. It's kind of a nice... I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is history lesson, but it's not. That's not the exactly what it is. It's just, you know, evoking like a bit of the sadness of, you know, that kind of what was and what it has become. I think, putting you in that mind state of, um, what we're fighting for, get you kind of riled up, to take back Doma Castle. Alas, I found not of value. Did you? Sheathed katana. Found in the ruins of Monzen, this finely crafted blade shows little signs of use. Still sheathed in its scabbard. Though even shielded from the elements, it will need to be cleaned and oiled. I recognize the crest. It belonged to the son of a samurai I trained with when I was young. He never even had the chance to draw it. There she is, Doma Castle, my home. They let us keep her for a time, before gradually moving their forces across from Fulminus. Now her every court and corridor belongs to Yotsuyu. Though father spent much of his time there, I did not. I may only have visited him there on a half a dozen occasions, if that. I cannot remember. But I remember the view from the keep. Doma seemed much smaller from there, like you could hold it in your hands. Well, Monzen at least. Doma is so much more than that. There, beyond the moon gates, unto the shores of the Ruby Sea, and here, in the places that no man can see or touch or take from you. We carry her with us, wheresoever we go. Not the land or the soil, but the story. And what is life if not a story? The story of our journey from dawn to dusk, day after day after day. The story of our mothers and our fathers, our families and our friends, our peoples and our nations. I think a part of me understood that when I looked out from the keep. Hien, son of Kaien, another caretaker of the story of Doma. It's a fine castle, truly, with an even finer view, but in the end, in the end, Kami, strike me down. How could I be so blind? We must return to the House of the Fierce at once. I have had what can only be described as a revelation. Ours is an excellent plan, but not so excellent that it cannot be improved, and I know how. See, now this is what I was looking for. This is the stuff that, it's good, like, storytelling and, getting you into, like, understanding the weight of all that's involved, and then it leads to, this revelation that is going to win us the war. Thank you for watching this video. Tonight's stream was really good. We finished up the Doma section of 4.0 Stormblood, and we're now back into Garabanya, where things are starting to heat up. So if you've enjoyed this video and want to see more, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to come join me live, the link to my Twitch is in the description down below. Thank you again for watching, and have a good one.